Have you ever made a huge life decision only to second guess yourself the moment it was finalised? Well, that's exactly what happened to us after we moved to Australia from the UK.
In this video, we're going to share our personal journey, some of the challenges that we faced, and some tips on how to overcome those initial doubts and how to start enjoying your new life here in Australia.
So our story on why we emigrated is an interesting one, isn't it?
How long ago did it all start?
Well, we did our recce trip in February last year, so I reckon it must have been December.
Yeah, maybe even January 2023. It was January 2023.
Oh. Fast forward, here we are.
So yeah, obviously that was over a year ago now, and crazily, I was having a meeting with my boss, and she asked me if I would be interested in the opportunity to come and work in Australia, just completely out of the blue. And I can remember being at home. I was working from home that day. There was no one else at home, and I was just like, I can't wait to get off this call and call you, text you, because it was a bit crazy.
Yeah. So what were our initial feelings about doing it?
Well, we spoke about this earlier, and you said that initially I was a bit worried, but I don't know. I think
that's when you come over here, you're a bit getting used to coming over. Obviously, I'd been here a few weeks, but anyway, we're skipping ahead. So initial feelings after we got the news on moving over.
Yeah, obviously, like, we'd never been to Australia before, so we had to come out for a recce trip to see if we would even like it. And now I understand how huge Australia is, and obviously, yeah, like, there's so much of Australia to explore. We actually feel really lucky that we ended up in Brisbane, because we feel like out of all of the places in Australia that we could have ended up, Brisbane was perfect for us.
Yeah, it's got like the mixture of everything we want, sunshine and everything like that. We got the challenges we faced were different, weren't they? So obviously leaving family and friends was a biggie.
Yeah, importing the dog to Australia was a massive challenge and very stressful.
Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah, I think leaving the family and friends was hard. Job, not really bothered about, because you kind of get another job, can't you? It's just.
It took us like 8 months to get the dog to Australia. We were literally spending 8 months of 2023 working out what we were going to get rid of in terms of selling things. So I literally had a little other full-time job on the side, just listing things on mainly Vinted and Facebook, just selling things that we knew we didn't want to bring here, and to raise money to be able to spend on new things when we arrived. So that kept me very busy.
Yeah, that was the thing, wasn't it? It's just trying to sell everything. It was tough. I know what to bring, but in the end, you can kind of buy new anyway. It's not as if they haven't got shops over here.
Yeah, it's crazy, because really you could come with nothing, and you could probably pretty much buy everything cheap in Kmart. If you haven't come here already, and you're watching these videos and watching people's Instagrams and seeing people talk about Kmart, it's true. Kmart is amazing, and you could literally buy everything there that you could possibly need. So
you got Kmart, Target, Big W. They're all kind of like same-ish.
Even things like, like when you have picture frames in your house and they're filled with like pictures of the kids and stuff, or wedding pictures, and like you put them in your move cube or you put them in your storage to ship over, You don't even need to bother doing that. Kmart has got like a massive section of frames. You can literally plug your phone into a printer and print off the photos to fit the frames. So cheap, so easy. So just don't even bother bringing, like, you don't need to bring any pictures. It's all here and it's so cheap.
Yeah, I think it's like about $1 to print off a 5x7 print, and it's like done instantly.
Yeah.
And you could buy the frame right next to the photo booth. But
yeah.
so that was a little bit about us. That was our kind of backstory and where we've been. Obviously, check out the videos of our whole emigration story. But there comes a time when you might get cold feet after you've moved over here, thinking, have I done the right thing? Obviously, we're a bit committed because the dog's over here now and we're in for the long haul. But some people could be coming over, they could be struggling. If you come on your own, I can imagine that can be quite tough, not knowing anyone, making friends.
I get quite a few messages on the Instagram from our followers, and mainly from people that are about to emigrate or want to emigrate, and go through these feelings of being excited to being nervous to, oh my God, what am I doing? But we went through all of that as well, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, you think it's amazing, it's the next best thing in the whole wide world, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm leaving everything behind. What do I take? What's it going to be like over there?
Yeah.
But, you're not alone. It does happen. It's quite natural to be worried. It's not all plain sailing and whatever.
I can certainly remember being worried about even my job, because I was going to, even though I was staying with the same company, I was going to another entity of it. So I was going somewhere where I didn't know anybody. I had to make new friends. I had to build new relationships, like build trust with new stakeholders. I was like, how am I going to do this? Like, I had a really good sort of reputation with my job in the UK. Like, what if I go and mess that up and I can't do it here? Like, those were all the things I was thinking about work.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things, like another tip we can say is, building a bit of a support network is kind of, Australia's full of a lot of English people, Irish people, Scottish people. There are, people who have done it. There are people out there. I mean, you can join Facebook groups and stuff like that, just to chat to people that are in the same boat. You don't have to feel like you're alone. People who have done it, some can meet for a drink or something in a coffee shop, just like we did that, didn't we?
Yeah, and people are friendly and helpful. And if it wasn't for me reaching out on a Facebook group before we came, we wouldn't be living in the sort of area that we live, or our kids wouldn't be going to the school that they go to, because we didn't know that existed before we came. And it was only through reaching out to somebody on Facebook and then getting into conversation and then meeting them on the recce trip, that kind of all evolved. And now we're really happy and I guess really lucky that everything fell into place. I know it's not going to be like that for everyone, but for us, I think that really helped, just joining the Facebook groups and knowing that there's loads of other people that have gone through this or are going to go through this, and you can just find like mutual things to discuss. And
they've been through the same thing as you. Everyone's had to start somewhere.
And even like watching these YouTube videos, that's how we started this, because we'd been watching other YouTube channels, and you message people on the channels, or you message them through their Instagram page, and they can give you help and support and advice as well. So
and also like you can stay in touch with your family and friends like we do. We have like regular WhatsApp calls and video calls, and not done phone calls. It's not really interesting, but you still stay in touch. Don't feel like you are on your own.
Yeah, and it's like just the same as if, you were back in the UK. You don't necessarily live together, so when you call each other on FaceTime anyway. They're the other side of the world now, but it's still like we're calling in the same country at home, just in different houses. So it doesn't you know, it doesn't feel any different. I think perhaps for people at home, for us, time has gone really quickly. It doesn't feel like we've been here for any time at all. And I know for people at home, perhaps it feels like it's been a really long time. So yeah, I think it's probably harder for people at home than for us, just because we're so busy and stressed, and yeah, everything's just crazy. So yeah.
I think it is funny though that I swear my parents only wear their pyjamas when we call them. Just for the time difference. But yeah, another thing, you can obviously make the time to go out and about. Don't just feel like you got to stay in your apartment or your house or whatever. Just get out and have a wander around. I mean, get used to your surroundings. That's quite helpful. And obviously, we've got a few facilities near us.
Yeah, if you enjoy sports, try and join a club, or try and, you know, get out in the area and, you know, do some activities there. That's also really good for meeting new people.
There are a lot of outdoor activities here, and they're free. Set yourself some goals, so either short term, long term. You know, you say you want to do such and such after the first 3 months. Like, it could be anything. Join the library. That's a good thing. Obviously, it gets you out. You meet people in there. Don't know if you're allowed to talk loud anymore. Not sure if that's a thing. They got a coffee. No, they got a coffee shop in the library, haven't they?
They have. Yeah, I think it's short term. I mean, it's so intense when you first arrive here. There's so many things to set up and get ready, and everything's new, and it's all very overwhelming. So definitely, I would say you probably don't want to be setting any long-term goals until you've sort of, I don't know, been here, I don't know, maybe a couple of years at least. I think that's what we're doing at the moment. We haven't really got any long-term goal apart from achieving permanent residency, and once we've done that, purchasing a house here. But we know that those things are really far in the future, and those are our two sort of main long-term. We're not focusing on any other long-term right now, so it's really just short-term. You know, I think I'm so proud of us having done what we've done. Even the dog taking 3 flights here, travelling like 20 odd hours. You know, just the dog alone, everything that she's been through, and the kids, like, yeah, I just think it's a massive thing, and you just have to take it day by day, week by week, and don't pressure yourself to, you know.
Well, yeah, it's not just going to happen straight away, and just that's it. The last one we'd say, kind of be patient. It's gonna take time. It's not going to be, oh, I'm off the plane, straight into a house, everything's rosy. You know, you get good days, you get bad days. I mean, work stresses you out. You know, you're tired, adjusting to everything, the heat.
Yeah, and the whole visa process, like, that takes time, form filling, looking for houses, like, yeah, it's all very boring, time consuming, stressful, but you just have to, go through the process, just take it at your own pace, and
just don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. It's like, it's not.
Yeah.
It hasn't got to be done in the first 3 weeks of getting off the plane. It's
so it's an even balance of not sitting back and doing nothing, but not stressing yourself out to the point where you think the only option is to go back home, because if you stick it out, then it's really worth it.
So there you go. That is our little video to help you overcome, you know, if you've got any wobbles or anything. You know, moving to a new country is a big step, a lot of big steps. And yeah, just remember, you're not alone. I mean, other people have done it. There's lots of other British people that are over here, you know.
Some have been here years and years and years. They speak with an Australian accent. You'd never know they were British because they've been here so long. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please also share it with anyone who might benefit. And don't forget to subscribe for more content on life in Australia.
See you in the next one.